Hello and welcome to the news now in the South. Tributes have been paid throughout the South today to the footballer Alan Ball following his death at the age of just 61. He was found dead at his home in Warsash near Southampton early this morning after a suspected heart attack. Both Southampton and Portsmouth fans will remember him as a soccer hero, as Hugh Kirby reports.
Alan Ball, born in Lancashire but a football legend who made the South his home. Short in stature, huge in influence. He played for Southampton and managed both Southampton and its big rival Portsmouth. Alan Ball died from a heart attack just after midnight while trying to tackle a fire in the garden of his home in Warsash. Alan Ball was the youngest of England's 1966 World Cup winning team. A decade later he joined Southampton, helping it back to the First Division in 1978. But his real trick was to manage both Southampton and bitter rivals Portsmouth and still remain loved by both sets of fans.
Both sets of fans knew he cared deeply for both clubs, and they played football, both teams as well. They played football, they passed it, they entertained people, which was his passion.
Flowers and shirts at Fratton Park, the flag at half-mast at St Mary's this afternoon. Alan Ball never applied for a manager's job in his life, but managed a string of clubs, including Portsmouth, from 1984 to 89, and again answering a panic call to come back in 1997. The little man who became a football giant leaves behind genuine and universal grief at his passing. Hugh Kirby in Warsash for Meridian News.
Very sad. A man jailed last week for the manslaughter of a homeless man in Brighton has been found dead in prison. He was one of 3 men sentenced over the killing of 24-year-old Terry Hannaby outside a restaurant last September. 25-year-old Gareth Russell was found hanged in his cell at Lewes Prison. Portsmouth Football Club has announced ambitious plans for a new £600 million stadium in the city's dockyard. It wants to build the 36,000-seater venue on reclaimed land along Gunwharf Quays in the shadow of the Spinnaker Tower. The waterfront development would also include 1,500 apartments. Now, an increase in paid maternity leave from 6 to 9 months has been good news for working mothers, but not, it seems, if you happen to have had a March baby who arrived a few days late. One couple from Poole say they've lost out. Martin Dowse reports.
Every minute with 3-week-old Harvey is precious to Rob and Janine, but they feel they've been robbed of extra time with him. From April the 1st, working mums were entitled to an extra 3 months paid leave, but it was calculated according to a baby's due date rather than birth date. Harvey was born on April the 2nd after the new law had come in. His due date was a week earlier in March, so Janine doesn't get the extra 3 months. They feel that's grossly unfair.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's why we can't understand, that's why we're annoyed about it, really. That's why we wanted to bring it onto the open.
I'm sure there's a lot of other people that are in the same situation at the moment, expecting to get that extra 3 months, and it's not going to happen for them.
The Department of Trade and Industry says that using a child's birth date would prevent employers from planning maternity leave in advance. But rather perversely, parents of babies with a due date after April the 1st, but who were born prematurely before the new law came in, were still entitled to the extra leave.
It should work both ways. If my baby is born in April, he should be entitled to the extra 3 months, like with me and the family, and the extra money would have been great.
Shame, really, because they're doing so much at the moment for families, working people, tax credits and all this, and it's something so simple that they should have got right. They haven't.
Rob and Janine feel there should have been more flexibility in the new system, or that it should not have been calculated by something as notoriously unpredictable as a baby's due date. Martin Dowse in Poole for Meridian News.
Now, motorists on the Redbridge roundabout in Southampton had more than the usual traffic to contend with this morning. A herd of cows had escaped from their field and made it up the Nursling Slip Road, where they ran amok, holding up traffic during rush hour. They were successfully taken into a field with no injury to man nor beast. Well, let's take a look at the weather now. Here's Gemma Humphries.
PioFerries.com. Cruise with your car to Spain.
Good evening. Well, the first half of the night will start off clear and mainly dry across the region, but showers will move in towards dawn. Temperatures up into double figures in the east, but further west between 8 and 9 Celsius. Tomorrow morning, starting off fairly dull and grey in places. We will get 1 or 2 glimpses of sunshine, though, by mid-morning, and into the afternoon everywhere will dry up. We have got that brisk northeasterly, though, just taking the edge off those temperatures. Even so, temperatures will reach highs of 18 or 19 Celsius. 19 is 66, with just a low risk of a shower through the afternoon. Good night.
PioFerries.com, sponsors of Meridian Weather.
Well, that's all from us. Now it's time to go back to the national news in London, but from all of us here, good night.